good afternoon, good evening, and welcome once again to my channel, Stop Effing Killing. I'm your host, the MOD, also known as the Method of Delivery. Please like, share, and subscribe if you find anything that resonates with you. So, today we're going to do a bit of a change of pace, and we're going to talk about stop fucking begging. Again, stop fucking begging. So, I'm going to start this out with a short story. Earlier today, I went to the gas station. And while I was at the gas station filling up, there was a woman ahead of me in line who was trying to get some gas. And I could see that, she had put a couple of dollar bills on the counter and had a bunch of change, and she was telling the cashier, she thought she had $7, but the cashier told her, well, it was only $4.50. Now, gas is $4 a gallon where I'm at right now, so of course she could only afford a little over a gallon of gas. So she didn't ask me to do this. She didn't tell me. I don't even think she knew I was behind her. But I said, hey, I see you were trying to get, $7 worth of gas. Look, I'm gonna put $20 in your tank. So get your money back, and I'm gonna put 20 in there. So she thanked me, and I told her, I said, hey, listen, we all struggling. Just play it forward. Just play it forward when you can. And I put the $20 in the woman's gas tank. A woman I had never seen before. Probably never will see her again. And the thing is, the woman didn't ask me to help her fill her car up, or put some gas in it, because $20, let's be honest, that's nothing either nowadays. But it went a long way from $4.50 and change to somebody putting $20 in your tank. But the thing that bothers me the most is when people are just, everywhere you go, people are fucking begging. It seems like every store I go to, whether it's a pharmacy, drugstore, grocery store, people are begging. I go to the intersection. It doesn't matter if it's, interstate, exit ramp, interstate, on ramp, just a simple, regular public street. People are at the corner begging. The schools, my kids, one of my youngest goes to a public school, and every class has some kind of fucking fee. Art class has a fee. Spanish class has a fee. Just like every class damn near has some type of fee associated with it. $20 here, $25 there, $50 for this, $100 for that. And don't let them be in any kind of activities. Hell, my daughter's in orchestra, so of course that's a fee, $200, and then she goes to competitions and out of town and all this other stuff, more fees. The schools are begging. They want, they want copy paper. They want you to donate laptops, try to get them sponsors, just all this stuff. When election season rolls around, and even sometimes when election season isn't rolling around, you're scrolling around on the internet. You're watching YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Politicians are coming on your feed, your scroll beg. While you're scrolling, begging for money. Money to stop this law, money to stop that law. You go to the restaurants. The owners don't want to pay the goddamn employees a living wage. So what do? They want you to tip. Now, I get it. Some restaurants where people, are actually a sit-down restaurant where you're actually getting service. But what happens if the service is bad? You got some restaurants putting mandatory tips on stuff, which incentivizes, servers to not necessarily give you bad service because they know they're going to get an X amount of tip. But that's not even the worst part about it. Freaking fast food joints, pizza shops, and places that fix fast food, hamburgers and biscuits and stuff like that. They want you to tip them. Even on carry out, a lot of them have, freaking tips and crap or carry out fees. And the businesses, they're some of the worst. Some of the absolute fucking worst. They want you, to give a certain percentage of your check to some charitable organization. So they collect all these funds from all these employees and then say, look, we donated $5 million to this organization. Or we donated $3 million to this organization. When in reality, they skim that money off their employees. And of course, the federal government is always begging. We need more money for war. We need more money for missiles, for national defense. We need more money for education and more money for law enforcement. But you don't see the results of any of this shit. You don't see any of it. They say you need more money for the education, the children. But hell, the schools are begging now more than they ever did. We need more money to fix roads and bridges. But every single day, regardless of where I go, city, county, state, on the interstate, going to another state, it doesn't matter. Potholes everywhere. Crumbling infrastructure. My thing is, if I ain't got it, and you don't have it, we ain't got it. So stop fucking begging. Restaurants, pay your fucking employees. Shit, we need to vote to raise the minimum, to put people that's going to help raise the minimum wage from $7 and some change. What the hell can you buy with that? $7 and 25 or 50 cents or whatever it is now. What can we do with that? These stores, where people, I get it. Hard times for everybody. But I don't want to be approached by aggressive beggars or constantly going to certain stores and every single time I go there's somebody out there begging. I go to driving down the street, stop at the intersection. I gotta wave people away from my car. I don't know what they have or what their intentions are, but they're begging. And some of these people are hyper aggressive, follow you to your car. Some of them come inside of the business begging. I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous. The thing is that times are hard for everybody. And I just wish at some point people would just stop fucking begging. Because in the end, if I ain't got it and you don't got it, we don't have it.